I would like to call to order the Batavia Park District Board of Commissioners regular board meeting for February 20th at 7:03. Please call the roll.
Larson?
Here.
Bell? Here. Clement?
Here.
Gregg? Here. Callahan?
Aye. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Any items to be added, removed, or changed on the agenda? There are not. So our first order of business is item number 5, our consent agenda. So I would entertain a motion to establish the consent agenda as follows. The approval of minutes for the regular board meeting of January 16, 2024, approval of the paid expenditures, approval of the expense approval report, approval of the investment summary, approval of the income statement, and approval of purchases.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tim, second by Gray. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Tillman?
Aye.
Gregg? Aye. Larson?
Aye.
Bell? Aye. Callahan?
Aye, motion carries. Then I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as established.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tillman, second by Gray. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is guest matters from the public. Anybody wishing to address the board tonight? Okay. Next item is matters from the commissioners. Anyone wishing to make a statement this evening?
Congrats to everyone who worked on the state award that we won at the conference just not even a month ago. Yeah, so congratulations everyone. Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. Parks Foundation. Britta, thank you for joining us.
Use this one or that one?
You can use that one.
Press it.
Actually, you're good at this up.
All right. Okay, good evening. I'm coming off the bench for Vice President Stephen Steveborough. We switched. He's going to be here in December. He ended up having a work conflict. I'm pleased to be here tonight representing the foundation to share our 2024 work plans. First, I'm eager to share our new work plans for the year. The first one is the development of a new rock garden space that the Park Board authorized at your January meeting. Partnering with the Batavia Park District and Water Street Studios, our design concepts are actively in process with a hat tip to Batavia's past as a rock city. The foundation invites community groups, schools, scouts, and more to sign up to check out our free rock painting kit for your organization starting in mid-March. Groups will pick up a kit at the Civic Center front desk and return it with their painted rocks to help us stock our new garden. Another initiative related to helping spread peace in the parks is exploring a possible Peace on Earth selfie station. We're moving closer to making that happen with the City of Batavia and hope to report back in April more details about the installation. We have also created an open work plan that enables the foundation to explore new projects and grants during the year anytime with the Batavia Park District. Rounding out our new work plans, you'll also see the foundation at the district's new Batavia Uncorked event, hosting the distribution of free water bottles. Our returning work plans include hosting foundation pop-ups at community events like River Rhapsody, Batavia Farmers Market, Windmill City Fest, and more, where the community will also be able to paint a rock for a new garden. Pitch in the parks, marketing, and board administration. The foundation is currently transitioning the 2023 Big Deal Pickleball Tournament knowledge and volunteers set of hands to the Park District this year, and we will be amplifying the district's efforts to host more community work days in the parks. Kicking off our 2024 community engagement, the Parks Foundation is teaming up with Kiss the Sky for a Peace Projects pop-up on Saturday, March 2nd from 1 to 5 at Kiss the Sky, 180 First Street in downtown Batavia. Stop by to tie-dye a shirt or bandana, paint a rock for Batavia's new rock garden, or pick up a Peace Day t-shirt while they last. As the 2018 through 2023 Foundation Strategic Plan has recently expired, our board is taking 2024 to refresh the plan in the coming 5 years, for the coming 5 years. We invite the park board and the park district leadership to provide input in our SWAT activity and can forward information to Allison if you'd like to provide input. We'll preview our summer activities at our April park board report. That's a wrap for our January-February update from the Batavia Parks Foundation. We look forward to another year of progress and possibilities as we kick off our 21st anniversary year. At this time, I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Open the floor for comments or suggestions that I will share with the foundation.
What is a selfie station?
What's a selfie station?
Why do you need a station to just take a...
It tells you like where to stand to get the best picture and stuff like that.
So it's signage is what you're talking
It
about?
tells you the hashtag to use and all
Yes.
that.
Oh,
Yes.
that's... okay.
Instagrammable.
Yes, it's an Instagrammable spot where you can find your
Automatically
I thought it was like a whole thing, but it's just a place to stand with a sign.
with a ledge to put your phone.
See, that's
See, there's a
different.
little ledge. It's a metal
This is
ledge.
getting bigger and bigger. This is not so, don't make fun of me, just it's a ledge now.
There's a ledge
You're talking
on
about
the
like
sign. Yes.
On Donovan Bridge, you put a ledge.
Yes. There. Yes.
Thank you.
So it's the city's property.
Gotcha.
That's why we're not going to the park district.
No, I got it. That's what I figured the only place you really take a selfie, but I was like,
You asked for questions, Britta.
what?
That's fine. That's
So you
fine.
just stand and take a picture. Why do you just take?
John,
Because it's going to tell you where to take the best
that's
one
right. Okay.
and set it up the best.
You shouldn't be taking a picture if you can't figure it out.
I know, hashtag. It's not good, right?
You can't take a picture.
And then you can find, John, you can find your selfie in Batavia.
What is the like?
Wow. Got it.
What is it?
Seen it.
Okay, go ahead. I'm done.
Thank you. I would like to participate in your SWOT analysis. So we're,
I can forward it to you and
Are you do that
Allison.
live, or is it a written thing?
Well, what we're going to do is we're not starting from scratch. We're calling it a refresh. We're going to take sections of each Parks Foundation meeting. We're taking this little section, and we're going to represent what was done in 2018 and say, what would you like to add, right? What's changed, rather than start from scratch.
Sure.
So what we'll do is we'll send you the page. Actually, you've already got it. I sent it out, the strategic plan, but we're focusing on the SWOT page on that particular one. So we can send that to you, and then we'd like your comments on what you agree with, and strengths and weaknesses, right? The things that are missing. It was a whole different board at that time, and it was pre-COVID. A lot of things have changed in life.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's great.
I'll be happy to send it.
Thanks for the
forward.
invitation.
Yeah.
Board, any other questions or comments for Britta?
I like the painted rock garden idea. I think that's really cute. I know a lot of kids at different ages will be very interested in something like that.
Some of the maybe right.
Yeah, definitely.
And grown-ups.
You should. I painted my first rock.
They sit over there.
We're all just fake kids, right?
Right, exactly.
John was a selfie station there too.
Rock over to the side.
John, I'll let you know when the selfie station passes, and you can be one of the first to.
I'll be over there
Okay.
to make sure that it's up to snuff.
That's awesome. All right, Britta, thank you.
Yeah.
As always, feel free to depart if you like. Next item on the agenda is our presentation. So this evening we have Andrea, Raj here tonight. So
Hello, I'm Andrea Pedraza, Assistant City Engineer for the City of Batavia. I do a lot of capital projects, and lately I've been kind of dealing with a lot of drainage projects. So this year we are working on the Carriage Crest Detention Basin. It is in the Carriage Crest Crestview Meadows subdivision on Parkview. Is the main frontage street, and I have a few slides just to kind of brief you on what we're doing, because it is adjacent to both your property as well as Geneva Park District. And Rahad Bari is with me. He's the city engineer, so we can answer any questions once I get through with this.
Yep.
This is our existing area. You can see that the basin is right here, And it has blue on this exhibit, but it really is not a wet pond like the ones over here on Western. This one is supposed to infiltrate, and it doesn't. It's a dry basin. And the area all highlighted in orange is everything that is tributary to this basin. So if a drop of water were to fall on any location within this shaded area, it would make its way over to the detention pond over there. Here we go. This is something that's key that we've taken with us. We've been studying this project for, let's just say, since 1996. The city has been aware of the issue, and it's had some highs and lows and gone away and come back again. But after 2008, in September, that flood event, it kind of got brought to light again. And since, let's say like 2019, we've been kind of going heavily at it again. But for those of you that are unaware, this used to be a historic dump site. So this area that's shaded in right here is the area that it used to be a kind of a ditch line and filled in with whatever. So cars, whatever, you name it. We've had it tested and dug borings in there, and we were not getting the percolation results that we wanted to see, because theoretically it should be able to dissipate into the ground, and that's what this basin was, a recharge basin. It has no outlet pipe, no storm sewer outlet. Storm sewer comes to the basin, but it doesn't leave. It's supposed to drain down. And by doing all these borings, we were finding that that was not really the case, at least as fast as it should have been intended to do. So here's all of the storm sewer that we have, and again, only in the orange area, and you can see that the green lines do make their way over to the park. We've had a bunch of residents in this area that, and directly adjacent, have serious drainage problems. So we've been looking at this, and the city does go out there and pump the pond when we have those heavy rainfall, those fast duration storm events. And it's piped down Parkview into Crestview, and we have a plug in a storm sewer, and we move the plug from one side to the other. And the water then goes over to the ponds over here and out to Brayburn, just to get it down and out. And as I said, some residents have had some issues. There's some pumps run continuously, and there are some residents that have been in this house with standing water in the basement, 5 sump pumps going. So it's a very, please, thank you. So this map shows kind of how many residents have been affected. And again, some of these over here may not be in the same tributary. The line is kind of over there, but you can see that all these people with purple or red have flooded. And in red, they tell you how many times. And I believe that this was done in 2020, so it's a couple of years old. Every time it rains, the residents kind of freak out that something may happen. But, and this is only for those residents that actually share that information, because some of them are stating like they can't make claims against their insurance anymore. They're uninsurable. They can't sell their house because they have to disclose it water. And so these are all the issues that we've been hearing for years. And this one just kind of shows the flooding depth elevation. So you can see all of this. It just kind of floods when we get to that higher level. We have some street flooding, some rear yard flooding, but mostly it falls in the yellow and the blue areas, lighter blue. Just when it gets a little bit more excessive, we may see some of that on like the backyard ponding. So that's the history of the area. So what do we need the park district's help with is We currently have our sanitary lift station over here in your park. And when this building was built, it was sized large enough for us to be able to have a future stormwater lift station in here. So we have the capacity for the electric there, and the gas service is already there. We just need to get the lift station. So our plans are, this is the regrading of the basin. So we're just kind of making the slopes a little bit more stable. And then all of this up here is going to be filled. So we're not going to be hauling any of the material off site. The cost was roughly $2 million to be hauling that material off. So we're making a berm, and in doing so, we're removing a majority of the trees in this area. Scott Haynes, our city arborist, has gone out there and evaluated trees and actually added some additional ones just due to the condition. A lot of them are volunteers, although they provide the forested feel. Some of them were just neglected, and we just didn't really get in there to do them limited funding, staffing, whatever it may be. And now we're here and able to address that and kind of start fresh. So I know there are some residents is equally concerned about the trees. So I know you guys may hear that. We've heard from a few of the surrounding neighbors that may not have as many drainage problems. Oops, can you back for just a second? So our pipe, we're now going to be installing that gravity outlet. Before there was nothing, it would just come into the basin from here and over here. But now we're going to have it lead and go across into a future lift station, and then we're going to have a force main go down, and it'll go through the neighborhood down Shabana, or Carriage to Shabana, and then connect it to some existing storm sewer. So the park is going to be disturbed for a little bit, and we'll be replacing the path that we disturb, as well as we'll have some fencing around some of the areas because that lift station is proposed at 20 feet deep. So there'll be proper construction fencing around here to keep people out of these areas, and be able to get that equipment in there to perform or to do the installation and any of the other necessary work. So you can go to the last slide there. This is the tree removal plan that I was referring to. All of the X's refer to trees that will be removed. A majority of the trees in here are the ones because we are going to be filling it, and it's going to be anywhere from 5 to 7 or 8 feet of fill, which will not do well. Most trees won't do well. We have trees that are two-stemmed in there that are not a desirable species. We have trees that are leaning, trees that are already so dead or half, the top half is dead. We've had meetings with Kim and Allison, and Kim even went out there as well to take a look, and she concurs with some of that as well. So we're going to have somebody out there and able to take care of it all at once. And then when we finish up the final engineering, which we're working on right now, we're going to do a restoration plan. And if you guys are familiar with Mahoney Creek tributary, we did that basin on Kirk Road, and then we're going to be planting some trees, give it a little bit more space. Obviously, it'll need time, but we're going to have native plants in this. And there'll be a clay liner in this basin, which will not allow any water to infiltrate. It'll be completely kept within the basin and then drained to the gravity storm sewer and to the lift station and out. So as I mentioned, we're going to remove the invasive and unhealthy trees. We're going to regrade that basin, install that liner, the storm sewer outlet pipe going to the lift station, and connect it to the existing infrastructure. It's on Shabana and Timber Trail. And then after everything is all done, we'll be doing the restoration with the replacement of trees and native plantings, and then restore the site. So, if you guys have any questions,
Kim, you said that you went out there and took a look. What are your thoughts on all the trees?
They're all for the most part, vast majority, they're all volunteer trees that really need to be taken down anyway. So, and they're gonna replace them at 1-to-1, right? 1-to-1. All of them that are on our property are gonna be replaced with new, nice, good species in appropriate places.
How many trees are you taking off where you're going to put the berm?
The total amount, I think we're around 190, and so the city just adopted, while I was in the middle of designing this with our consultant, a tree preservation ordinance. So anything where detention it has been determined to be like a vital infrastructure where we do not need to replace. So anything in that basin we're not replacing, but anything surrounding it. So we will be replacing 66 trees at a 1-to-1 ratio, and healthy spacing is at least 20 feet apart. These are nowhere near that, as you can see, and there's clusters of them that remind me of the trees from the movie The Lorax, where they're just really tall and skinny, like you can take your hand and wrap it around there. So they're not going to be able to survive if surrounding trees are taken down in the wind.
They're not desirable by any means.
That's why I'm asking Kim, because I trust her. You know,
So we look at it as an improvement to the land.
Right, yeah.
I know has to be. So construction. Yeah, are we responsible for the?
Well, those were trees.
Can you go back 2 slides? Go one more. So, what impact will this have on the park itself, if any?
In the park itself, it'll just be the temporary inconvenience while we have the construction going on. Other than that, it will be an improvement to have desirable trees, and it'll improve, I think, people's emotional and, they're just going to be happier knowing that all the residents are not going to be worried every time it rains. So as far as the park, it's just a little disturbance while we're going to be doing construction, and it'll be restored and look very similar to what it does today. We'll just have that structure on the side of our existing lift station.
Can you go back to the slide that showed the houses? So, I understand the red, +5, the 4, the 3 in that zone where the dump is and kind of where the majority of the improvements going to occur. How certain are you that the ones along Fabian at the top edge are going to resolve their flooding issues with this?
They will not, most likely just due to the fact that that pipe and their drainage goes to Brayburn. So they may still have problems, but one of the things is the water still does permeate and percolate back out. We know that because the water comes to the pond and then it somehow gets back out, but it's heavily saturated, and some pumps keep on running and even burning out. So there is movement through the subsurface layer. So hopefully now that we're going to have eliminated the water from that continuous cycle, so it'll go into the basin and then leave and go to the Fox River, that those people will be affected less.
Do you mean the people in Western? Or do you mean
Winnebago.
Oh, Winnebago, okay.
And so next month, the city will be putting before the park board an opportunity to have an easement, because they'll need an easement from us to
Construction easement?
yeah.
Construction and then permanent easement for the storm sewer.
For the line.
Correct.
Through the edge of the park, right? No.
Through the pieces where they're going to have to remove the trees and create the infrastructure.
How long were they saying that there was the park would be temporarily inconvenienced, I guess?
I would have to follow up, and I can get back to Allison on that. We're still finalizing the design, and some of it, we're going to have to time it. Like everyone is dealing with, there's some supply chain issues. So we have lots of different opportunities to do different things as we move along, because we have a water main and gravity storm sewer to install, a force main, and the grading of the detention pond as well as that. So I'm not sure the timing and how long it'll take.
an informal blessing from the board, we can engage against local to work with the city attorney on an easement agreement that can come before the board next month.
Yeah, we certainly want to be good neighbors, and I certainly not opposed to it. It's an underground structure below, below our park, so I see no adverse long-term impact, and definitely a positive impact on the neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this,
Yes.
so
Because the park, it's a lot of green space in that park. I mean,
The green space, the open space is really owned by Geneva Park District, and then we have the playground.
Yeah, so Geneva owns this big park here, and then you guys have, it's kind of like a I think it maybe acts as a little bit of a storage area here, and then there's just a little bit of open space to the left.
so so you're coming back next month with the hopefully can we get like better picture? I can't really make out where our park is.
Like of the park, like
You know what I'm saying? Just, I understand that it's, you need these topographical things, but I'm having a hard time reconciling exactly where our park is and where the line's going to go through. So just in that package, if we can have a picture for the layman. Trying to understand.
Allison, is this something that we have to work out with Geneva, or are they doing that?
Geneva's working with the city as well, and
Got it.
luckily we both have answered.
Oh, that was helpful.
Batavia, so it's 2 for 1 special.
There you go.
This is the park is governed by an intergovernmental agreement between Batavia and Geneva, so.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's just difficult to make out in that picture.
Yeah, but that's the blue, the green line that's showing that's where the pipe is gonna go. But we'll show you the property line.
Yeah, right now, the property line is kind of in this vicinity here, and goes straight north, and then your property line is a little bit here, there's the driveway that comes down.
So this,
And it's also, if you go like forward one, you can see the blocks of property. It's like one to us, no,
the red house with Monopoly houses.
maybe one more. Yeah, that one,
Yeah,
you can see what's ours and what's Geneva's.
here's your property, the lift station, building is here, park is right here. And then Cat kind of weaves its way, this is Geneva's park district. And this is yours.
So you can kind of see the property lines there.
Yeah, an aerial photograph with the boundary plan would be.
Kim, do we have a playground structure there?
There's a playground structure. It goes around it. New pipes will go around
There
it.
used to be 2. Sorry, I don't know. There used to be 2 there.
What?
There used to be 2 there.
Separated out by age, just like the smaller,
Yeah.
smaller tabs.
Yeah.
A long time ago. I mean,
Really? Ours is just the right side, Geneva's is the left side.
But they maintain both playgrounds. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
thank you.
All right. Next item on the agenda is 9E, preview of the Peace on Earth Bridge video.
Front, the left have changed, but the screen's in metal. Here's the lights.
Just like the old days.
she said bring popcorn. So,
All right, well, with the new and improved Peace on Earth letters, much thanks to the Batavia Parks Foundation for the fundraising efforts and all of the people that donated for the letters. Park District's support of those letters throughout the years. We thought it was appropriate to reach back out to Shumway Studios to give some closure, put a big bow on the story for Peace on Earth, and put it out to the public, just our true love stories of Batavia. So enjoy.
That's not a selfie station.
Thank you.
How the Peace Bridge came into my brain was originally down in the river when I was a little boy. We used to go to Leonard's Avenue, and they would have giant letters, and I loved going there with my grandma. And when I became an adult, I came about, I looked at the bridge over there, and it was called a pedestrian bridge. But instead of a pedestrian name. So I'm a visual person, and I said, hey, let's get something on it. I got this answer, Christine, he was on the art district. And I think we got to try to get back here, because I test them all the time. And I put the sign up, I got the sign. And so finally one day, he came back and he said, I talked to the board, and they said, sure, let's put the sign up.
These letters are really a love story to Batavia, an inspiration to all of us. And on social media, there have been so many posts, the community asking, why can't these letters be up year round? However, while the Peace on Earth message was meant to last, sadly the letters were not. They're made of wood and so the best alternative was to create letters that are metal fabricated. So Craig said to me, you know what, I've actually been thinking about this for quite a while, about how to preserve those letters, and he's been selling these beautiful Peace on Earth t-shirts to try to manifest some money into the donation pot. So I told him, I said, you know what, I'm going to be a portion of Batavia Park Foundation for projects. Do you mind if I pitch this as a project that they can bring money towards?
You know, with the Park Foundation, they asked if we would do the fundraising, the full Peace on Earth that was aluminum, be permanent. That's really how it's all going to start. We were in the project, and we came up with Greg, and this is really, I want the essence of Batavia is about. All the donors and the volunteers that were drummed up helped make this project So watching these metal fabricated letters come to life has been very Disney-esque. A brand new design and font was created, and watching them go into a CAD drawing system, slowly the whole project came to life. There's a robot that is cutting like laser-like cuts right through this metal fabrication. How incredible, right before your very eyes to see just a flat sheet metal turn into this artwork. Batavia in October is just absolutely stunning. And that is what we decided to put the Peace on Earth letters up. We really wanted to make sure that staff had all the time in the world to make sure we could get it right. So we really did it. Announcing it to the public so that archangels could do their work magically, and people would just see it up and appreciate it for its tribute. Since the Peace on Earth letters mean so much to so many people in our community, we coordinated the lighting and the dedication of the Peace Bridge with our Celebration of Lights Festival, our Halloween Festival, and Santa also do the honorary lighting of the Peace on Earth Bridge. There were posts on social media when the letters first came up, and people said, did you see it? Look, it's back! A lot of heart reactions, a lot of love, and our park
Park Angels. They're a little sad that he's always being back up every year, but they're happy that he wants to assign them a messenger for Batavia. That will be fun for years, decades from now.
The Park District and the Parks Foundation have been great. It's a partnership that I couldn't have done it without them. But it isn't about me, and it's not about them. It's about a community, a place that cares about each other. All those hundreds of people that bought sweatshirts, all those people that just came in and got crappy haircuts from me, why you do it. That's a good thing. It's been remarkable.
I bought my sweatshirt from Photos after we'd already hung the sign up. I didn't realize they were fundraiser sweatshirts. I was there with my son getting his hair cut, and he had a bunch of extras there. I was like, oh, I like this. I'm buying this. That's funny. So where's that? I know.
That is funny.
You're still so pretty.
I know. Yeah. Still like the sweatshirt.
You guys did a great job.
Yeah, very
Awesome.
Very good.
Yes, Sherman Studios, Ed and Thad, you worked some miracles. They're making magic behind the scenes, and they coordinated with our Katie Burgess on the production of that video and orchestrated a lot of interviews. And again, thanks, Britta, for everything you did to spearhead the efforts as the chairman of that committee. And Pat,
Love to see that.
And
Yeah, it's awesome.
and Pat and Josh as the main representatives from the committee on our side.
It was fun. It was awesome.
And Craig has the old
We surplus the old letters, and then if he wants to buy them for $1, he can. Actually, we haven't surplus them yet. Yep. We're still removing the cobwebs off of the bird's nest off.
Yep. Yep.
That was awesome.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, next item of business is correspondence. So, we have correspondence from the Illinois Association of Park Districts. Congratulating the Park District on its distinguished agency status at the joint conference, which we received our accreditation. A letter from the Park District Risk Management Association, Derma, returning a portion of our district's health program contribution, of $13,615.24 due to a successful net position of Derma in their health program. And 3, a letter from Patrick Davis, Chief Accountability Officer from the Illinois Department of Natural Resources, approving the Batavia Park District to remove the existing playground originally funded by an OSLAD grant to make way for the new fitness court. Very glad that they saw fit to do that for us.
That's that little one over by.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's at the end of its useful life, so it was time to replace it anyway. So we will put that on file. Thank you. I know this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Katie, it's all yours.
Okay, well, I have a question for you all. So what's green and blue and red all over? It's the spring fun, guy. I'm so excited about this.
It was the delivery.
You know, the spine is green, the sky is blue. When do you get to use that joke? So good evening, Batavia. The Spring Fun Guide has reached homes this week, and they're full of fun spring programs and events. In-district registration actually begins on Monday, February 26th. Program highlights include summer camp. It's not, oh my gosh, you can't believe it's summer. Adult trips, spring break pickleball tournament, and early registration for the windmill whirl, and some new STEAM options. If you're curious about programs but you didn't receive your guide, the Fun Guide is available online at BataviaParks.org. And just because the new guide is out doesn't mean that the old guide is ready for the recycling bin. The Winter Fun Guide contains programs that begin in March, so it is still viable. Some of those programs include fitness programs, adult variety, and youth variety classes, as well as spring soccer and spring softball. Registration opened this week for 2 new programs at the district. Early bird registration is now open for the Windmill City Festival Windmill Whirl. That's a 5K, as well as the new Kids Fun Run this year. The district is really excited to be offering a low-cost fun run. It's $5 per participant to get kids excited into participating in the first run. And that thrill of participation. Registration information is available at BataviaParks.org and in the Spring Fun Guide. And then another program that registration opened this week is the Spring Break Pickleball Tournament. This takes place in a little over a month on March 25th. This tournament has 2 brackets. There's one for beginners and one for advanced players. So if you're brand new to the game and just want to get out and meet some new people and play, this is an excellent opportunity for you to dip your feet into the world of pickleball tournaments. The Hall Quarry Beach, I know, I've been talking about it for a month. Their passes are now on sale at their lowest prices of the season. You can purchase your passes online as well as in person. Preseason rates are splash-tastic, and season passes will pay for themselves after 6 visits. So it is a huge savings if you go ahead and purchase now for the quarry. Also on sale now are tickets to the new Batavia Uncorked Casual Wine event on June 8th. Early bird tickets are $25 for 10 one-ounce tastings of local wines and other beverages. Sit back and listen to live music. We have the band confirmed. It's going to be exciting. And enjoy this 3-hour casual event while sampling vintages from over 8 local wineries and distilleries. Tickets are available online and in person at BataviaParks.org and community centers. We do also offer designated driver tickets, and thank you to the foundation for providing water during this event. Does the cold weather have you hungry for food? What about for history? The Batavia Depot Museum is proud to announce the opening of their spring exhibit, Markets and Meals. Experience the history of Batavia's food stories and how neighbors kept each other fed in this free, family-friendly exhibit showcasing intriguing artifacts, a grocery store play space, photos, stories, and more. Explore the essential role grocers, butchers, and bakers played in the health of Batavia from the city's earliest days all the way through today's large retailers. The exhibit opens March 1st and runs through July 21st. Check BataviaParks.org for hours. But I don't know about you, but this exhibit has really whet my appetite for local history. So speaking of appetites, there is still time to enroll for the upcoming monthly Senior Citizens Luncheon on March 20th. These luncheons are a great way to meet new people and enjoy food and entertainment. The luncheon does follow the Batavia Senior Citizens Club's monthly meeting. Everyone is invited, but pre-registration is required. And as always, thank you for listening, and remember to play your way, Batavia.
Thank you very much. All right, the next item on the agenda is staff reports.
All right. That's a tough
I think that was the best one yet.
It was very funny. All right, let's hear from our Director of Finance.
We're underway with the 2023 financial statement audit. Sikich was out here a couple weeks ago to begin their preliminary field work, and then they'll be back out here in April for their final field work. And as part of that financial statement audit, each of the board members were emailed a fraud questionnaire to complete and then return directly to our auditor, Sikich. So if you do have any questions, please let me know. And then lastly, we've completed the switch to the new credit card processor, so everything's gone very smoothly, and there's been no negative impacts on our customers, and they're enjoying the tap to pay option.
Does the tap to pay also include digital wallets when they have we opened it up to digital wallets like Apple Pay, Google?
Yeah, yes.
Nice.
Yes, so we do accept any of the major Apple Pay, Google Pay.
Nice.
We just moved into the next century.
I know, right? I'll catch up to you someday. Figure out what selfie station. Yeah, I'll flip my phone open. I'll figure it out. Awesome.
All right, next up, Director of Facilities and Trades.
Absolutely. Like Pat mentioned, the IDNR was gracious enough to allow us to remove the playground at Clark Island. So that we were able, with that move, we were able to finalize the drawings basically, and able to move the fitness court in line, both front and back sections of that. So now that will slide over to where that playground is now. So Upland Design is working on finalizing those. The next step is to get a civil review, and then we'll on the permitting over the next week or so. So it's very exciting. That was a kind of final piece to the puzzle there for that project. So we're getting also working with Williams Architects on getting the upfront documents ready for the peg bottom roof replacement. So we'll be going out in front of the Historical Preservation Committee for approval for them, and then also submitting to the city for permitting over the next couple of weeks for that as well. So lots of exciting things. We had a sit down or a meeting with the Historical Preservation last month with Williams also for the Civic Center, not Civic Center, the Callahan Community Center. So the praise was great. They love what we're about to do with that building. There were no issues, so they applauded our relationship with them, our commitment to the historical value of town. So.
Thanks, Josh. And next up, Director of Parks.
All right. Just wanted to touch on something I talked about in my board report. The Fox River was officially designated a national water trail under the National Park Service last year, so which is pretty cool. I don't know if many people know about that, but it's from Wisconsin all the way down to Ottawa. All landowners have sites along there that are part of that National Water Trail. It's actually called Fabulous Fox National Water Trail, and they've just got access to almost $1.5 million from grants that are strictly for improving access to the Fox River. And so
Perfect timing with that.
Please, it's like I'll never work.
Hello?
So they will be, so they're meeting with landowners and finding priority sites and seeing where they can help and put that money towards. So I'm currently working with them on obviously access to a number of places, but specifically also like Clark Island. We can, like
smorgasbord for them.
Yeah, I mean,
a la carte menu.
Yeah, so I actually have just set up a Zoom with them again. We met 2 weeks ago, I guess. For the first time they they had an official start-off meeting, and so it's gonna go from here on out. But they've already reached out to me because I let them know about the project coming up this summer. They wanted to know about the early stuff from people if they have something already in the works. So I meet with them next week.
Great.
So pretty excited about that.
Kim, what type of structures are they talking about? Is it like ramps or docks or?
All of it. Ramps, docks, not fishing stations, but fishing stations.
Selfie stations?
Now you're talking.
Canoe and kayak lockers they have, so that people can stop, lock up their canoe or kayak, and then walk to downtown, eat, whatever, do what you need, and come back and go. And there's things, anything like that.
And how much would be allocated to like Batavia space?
No, there's not per space. It's just whatever projects come up that they feel.
So you're going to inundate them with projects?
Yeah, and then they would pick what they felt was priority. It made the most sense for what they're doing.
We can get our zip line.
That's my understanding.
To the river.
Right?
Well, hand in the river corridor plan.
Right. So excited about that to see what's to come. So it sounded like they have the money to spend and they're starting this summer for designating projects, so.
One last question. Did you say it's $1 million that they have?
1.2 from somebody, I don't know who, and then another 250,000 for some other grant. So a total of almost 1.5 or 2.5, I mean.
Am I being negative and asking how much does like some river access cost? How many projects would come out of $1.2 million, do you think? Is that one project? Is it half a project?
Just give money towards a project.
They haven't designated any of that yet, or they haven't even gotten that far. They have an engineering company working on that is going to be reaching out to everybody to figure all that out.
It's my understanding they want to spread the wealth as much as they can up and down the river corridor to capture as many projects as they can with as many communities as they can. So it probably won't be
one big one. They're not looking to do one big one.
So like canoe launches may be a
But they might dedicate like one of the fishing, one of the fishing things, and so that we can use that for something else.
Okay.
So that's it.
That's great, thank you.
Exciting. All right, so let's hear it from our Director of Talent and Culture.
All right, the safety committee is hard working on one of the SMART goals through Padermo, which is an orientation video. So it's the safety committee as well as the department. So we're excited about that. It'll be the first time that we've had an orientation video for our seasonal employees. And each department has a part of it as part of the process. It should be done by March 15th. So everyone's excited about being on videos. After you watch it yourself, don't wait to do that. Just wanted to read that refund that we received from Padermo because it's one of the benefits of being part of the Padermo family. They handle our risk and our health care as well as getting that refund. We wouldn't get that if we just went outside for health care. You'd never see a refund from a third party. So we're excited just to reiterate that was $13,000 that we didn't expect to get. And we're well on our way of being fully staffed for our seasonal positions. We have 10 open positions, 10 positions, but more than one position within those positions. But we received 250 applications for 10 different positions. So we're excited. We should be fully staffed, I would say, before April 1st. Yes. So that's great. It's a good achievement for us.
And that's also a testament to how many great staff we have from the year before that Linda and Brittany were able to make offers to.
How many are returning? So just with our camp, if we just use that, we have everyone's rated 50 open positions for the camp. All of them are returning, and we only have 6 that we have to actually hire for this year. So it's a testament.
That's
just
extra.
6, so 44 are returning, only 6 new employees. Wow. So it's a testament to the program.
More than half is returning. Yeah, which is great. Makes people age out.
Yeah, they do. And when they do internships when they get to be seniors in college and things like that.
It's great. Well, perfect segue to our Director of Community Recreation.
Awesome. Tonight I wanted to highlight some of our new spring programs that are coming in our brochure, and Katie kind of mentioned a few of them, but pickleball is on our minds. We're excited about our spring break tournament on March 25th. We'll have an advanced and a beginners option. We're going to be offering pickleball rating days. No one really offers that around here, so we're excited to offer that this spring so they can drop in and get their official rating. So people have tournaments. Brand new this April is our in-house soccer league, which is really similar to our softball league and our basketball league. We have 52 kids signed up and more, so we're going to keep adding spots to keep getting kids involved. So we're excited.
Any questions for Britt? It's good stuff all across the board. And Director of Creative Development and Community Engagement. Say that 5 times fast.
I can't ever get it correct. So I just wanted to give the board an update. So after mentioning last month that the marketing department was participating in the IAPRA agency showcase event, the department did take home 2 awards at the during the competition. We took home the first place in large format marketing, and and a second place in the printed brochure portion. We are very, very proud of everything that we do. We're proud of all of the rec staff and all the other staff who help create these documents and inspire us to do more. This year was very steep. Competition was very steep, and we're just very happy to be recognized and to bring home awards to Batavia. And so, then second, the Marketing and Community Outreach Department has been busy working on promoting all of the fun spring programs, but also simultaneously working on the summer fun guide as well. This is a very hectic time in our department to gearing up to make sure that all the programs are advertised. We're looking forward to some of the social media that's coming out. So. Thirdly, marketing efforts for the Hall Quarry Beach season passes and rentals are off to a really good start this year. The marketing team has had I'm going to use a pun, had a blast quacking ourselves up, creating some pre-season social media around Chuck the Duck. So we like to laugh and hope that comes through with some of the marketing efforts.
Today, just to make sure you got it all out, because these are awesome.
Just can't stop. But I also wanted to thank the Recreation and the Customer Service Finance departments. I proposed this year that we would sell quarry passes online. In the past, we have not been able to purchase quarry passes directly online, and this year is the first year that we have offered that as a service to our customers in an effort to reach our customers where they are, and that's on their computer or on their phone. And it's been exceptionally successful right here now. So thank you all the different departments for jumping in on that and being fully supportive of marketing efforts. And then my final update from the marketing department is that last fall we started with our district's text messaging service, and once again, super shout out to Brent's Finance and Customer Service department because they have really embraced this new form of communication with our patrons. Text messages are coming in all the time, and they're actually actively using that as a method to communicate questions because a lot of people don't feel comfortable calling. They would rather text. They've also sent in pictures of things that are happening in parks just so that we know what's going on in our parks. We just recently started phase 2 of our text messaging system, which is creating user communities where you can opt in to receive specific text messages. We are starting it with the pickleball group as a way to give them updates for drop-in pickleball when programs are happening or if times have to change. This is our inaugural group, and it's been extremely successful, as Brent's staff can tell us. It's been really helpful with some of the weather changes, so we were actually able to communicate very quickly with them to let them know that the facility was closed or some differences. We will be adding in more groups as well as tying it into some of the Hall Quarry Beach and some of the summer special events. So we're looking forward to offering our customers another way to receive communication.
And ideally, we would love to convert the Bruce the Spruce Park Watch program, like the tip line, if somebody sees vandalism in the parks, they can actually just text it in and take a photo of it rather than call it in.
Or they just text you. Okay.
Sure. Park Watch too.
All right, next item on the agenda is Executive Director's Report.
Yes. Maybe be Kathleen because it's been long meetings that Katie came in with all the funds tonight. There you go. Keep everybody on the toes.
Becca.
Just let me know when we're rolling. All right, so welcome to the February 2024 Executive Director's Report. So the Batavia Park District received state accolades and recognition at the Illinois Association of Park Districts and the Illinois Park and Recreation Association State Conference in January. So up here you'll see the entire park board and all full-time staff were in attendance for this picture. It is a statewide award, and it's good for 5 years. And it was just a lot of policies in the making over the years, a lot of creating structure where there was none before, and really just making sure that we dotted our I's and crossed our T's. And it was a lot of labor that went into this project, and we pulled through with flying colors with the help of the park board, the vision of the park board, and the implementation staff. So kudos to the park district. as Katie alluded to, I know we're all visual creatures, so I thought it made sense to plop this up there so that way those of you watching at home can get to see what we received first place in the state of Illinois for the large format marketing piece in the upper right-hand corner. We actually have that in our lobby of the Civic Center, welcoming everyone there. It's word art. If you look closely, you might be able to see your favorite park listed or your favorite recreational program. And second place in the entire state of Illinois, our Fun Guide series, which was an award winner last year as well. So out of all the park districts and park and rec departments that are part of cities and villages, we took home some serious hardware. And still talking about awards, because this is important, we had our staff recognition party in January, and we had our full-time award and part-time award, well, not award, but positions. Superintendent of Parks, Alex Macias, received the Versus Versus Award for full-time staff. He was clearly a front runner in terms of customer service, communication, residents with internal and external customer service, as well as Kaylee Gallagher, our head preschool teacher. To know Kaylee is to love Kaylee, and she also had a banner year. So between Alex and Kaylee, we had a lot to celebrate. Switching gears completely, we're going to go outside now. And our Batavia Riverwalk looks a little messy right now. If you've driven by there, you may wonder why the construction horses. Sadly, there was a water main break, and there was difficulty finding where that water main actually broke. So a good portion of the Riverwalk had to be dug up to find it. And sadly, while it was being dug up, a sewer main erupted. No. Yes. Do you have a pun for this? Awesome grass Sadly, there's going to be a lot of restoration work. Kim is already in contact with the city, and we're working cooperatively together. They've been in communication with us to let us know what's happening here. And as you know, this area, especially this particular area, is where Windmill City Fest, where everything is. Everything is. It's where the beer truck goes. It's also a River FC concert series. It's where people lay out their lawn chairs. So needless to say, we do have rentals. Brittany's working with staff on whether or not we need to get in contact with certain rentals for this space, because we do have rentals that like to put tents up outside, and we want to make sure that they're having a wedding night. They're well aware of what's happening at this point. But luckily, the weather isn't warranting any outdoor weddings out there at this point. But we are working on a plan to restore this area. So this is our Versus Spruce. You may find him in the background here, but he actually worked a Chicago Steel hockey event over at the Fox Valley Ice Arena. Our marketing department, Katie, has brought Versus Spruce out for a mascot party of sorts. Chicago Steel had a birthday celebrating their, how many years of?
It was the mascot's birthday, so all his mascot buddies came to the party. Who's in there?
Well, oh, hey, we've got you.
I'm sorry. Who's Cornelius Spruce is in Cornelius?
So there's Chuck. Yeah, Chuck was a little quacky. I'm feeling quacky. All right, it's feeling a little quacky. But this also brought up, the rec team and marketing team had thought of some ideas like, wow, it's kind of great to get some mascots together. Maybe someday, maybe not this year, but maybe someday we'll have a mascot war, and or contest, or something of that sort. Who knows? But stay tuned. You never know. And moving back indoors. The Depot Museum, the Facilities and Trades departments have been busy installing new carpet on the stairwell, as well as the Gustafson Research Center and the main exhibit area in the basement. So as you can see from the dual draft carpet on the left-hand side, it's so much better. And can you imagine, since I've been here the year 2000, we have not replaced that carpet, so there must have been a lot of dust, even though it gets vacuumed on a nightly basis. So Josh, thank you for all the work that you and the team did.
Absolutely.
And upstairs, in our wooden floor area, the wood was starting to sag, starting to bulge a little bit. So again, facilities and trades were able to create a refreshed area, refreshed space. Josh, did you want to talk a little bit about the work?
Yeah, no, it just, this was kind of the main entrance into the museum, so just over time, that particular piece of the floor gets longer. So it was starting to separate from the older boards and starting to sag. So it all had to come out, fresh wood down, sanded, stained. Yeah, it turned out amazing. Yeah, it blended in pretty well with the older stuff.
So I've given everyone 2 reasons to visit, to look at the carpet and look at the wood, and now I'm going to give you the best reason of all. We have a spring exhibit, and it's free to the public, so we would love for everybody to head out, mark this on your calendar between March and July. We're going to give you plenty of time to check it out. So Markets and Meals is the theme, and you'll get to see what grocers and bakers did back in the day in Batavia to make sure there wasn't food insecurity. And maybe we can learn a lot about what we can do today to make sure there's not food insecurity by learning what our ancestors did back then. So we're excited to bring this forward, and as Katie had mentioned in her report, there is a little grocery station where kids or adults can play a little bit.
Katie, did you make that this?
I did.
It looks really nice. Thank you. Like a little overhang. The sausages.
That's right. Yeah, she's got wicked design skills.
Yeah.
And because when Brittany and Keely mentioned it, I just had to mention it a third time because, it takes a few times before you hear it, before it resonates. But last but not least, pickleball. We're getting ready to have our 8-court course, pickleball course designed at West Main Park this summer. And so we want to really start to build our pickleball teams up and get people acclimated. So we figure what better way than to start offering tournaments. We have lessons. So between a beginner's bracket, advanced bracket, we really want to make sure that we start this feeder program that's going to turn into some top tournaments, yes, some Olympic pickleballers. And that, my friends watching at home, is a wrap.
Excellent. Great report. Next item on the agenda is new business. 15A is the approval of our ordinance number 415, which is the general obligation limited tax park bonds. So Aaron, do you want to give us a little info before we call it to action?
I certainly can. Good evening, everyone. My name is Aaron Gold, Municipal Advisor from Sphere Financial. Here to present the results of the sale of the District General Obligation Limited Tax Park Bonds Series 2024. I'll often refer to these bonds as the District's annual rollover bonds, as this is an annual process that the board goes through routinely. So last Thursday, we had a competitive sale where we received 4 bids. The low bid was a 4.33% net interest cost bid from the Republic Bank of Chicago in Oak Brook, Illinois, and the second place bid was a 4.48% bid from People's National Bank of Kewanee. So as your annual rollover bonds, these are issued general obligation limited tax. General obligation means it's paid for by a direct property tax levy, but it's limited or constrained. So the first limit is how much of this type of debt can you have outstanding in total at any one point in time. And the next limit is how much can I levy each year to repay the principal and interest when due. So when we talk about annual rollover bonds, what we're really doing is filling the board's non-referendum bond and interest levying capacity. It's your tool as a board to sort of capture that new money for your capital program. This issue specifically, we anticipate closing on February 29th. It is a very short issue, maturity on November 1st of 2024. With final bidding, we increased sizing by $2,955 to $797,525 to fill that aforementioned 23 levying capacity. And really framing this interest rate, rates have been going up. This rate's up 56 basis points from the previous year issue. Over the same time period, at the time of pricing, the 1-year Treasury T-bill is at 4.95%. And then just to really to reiterate why we try to make this, how we try to make this as efficient as possible is by keeping it as short as possible and then capturing the CPI growth afforded on that levy capacity each year. And in doing so, net capital from this process increased by $39,045 or approximately 5.2% over the prior year issue. It's been a pleasure. We therefore recommend that the district's general obligation limited tax park bond series 2024 be awarded to Republic Bank of Chicago, Illinois, price of $797,525, with net interest cost of 4.33%. It's always a pleasure working with Brent and Allison on these issues. I wish you guys had a need for me more as your independent municipal advisor doing grant work, but you're hitting park grants and odds and ends. Obviously, you had no need for me there. So I just wanted to congratulate you guys on the great work that you're doing as a member of this community as well. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you.
Okay, so I entertain a motion to approve the ordinance number 415, providing for the issue of $797,525 in general obligation tax, limited tax park bond series 2024 of the district for the payment of land for parks or building for maintaining, improving, and protecting of the same and the existing land and facilities of the park district, and for the payment of the expenses incident thereto, providing for the levy of a direct annual tax to pay the principal and interest on the bonds, and authorizing the sale of the bonds to Republic Bank of Chicago.
So moved.
Motion by Tim, second by Gray. Any further discussion? Call the roll.
Larson.
Aye.
Bell. Aye. Tillman.
Aye.
Gray. Aye. Callahan.
Aye, motion carries. Thanks, Aaron.
Absolutely. Good. Have a great year. If you need me, right around the corner.
Aaron. Thanks, Aaron.
All right, next item on the agenda is the adoption of the Fox River Corridor Master Plan. So I entertain a motion to adopt the Fox River Corridor Master Plan as presented.
So moved.
Motion by Tillman, second by Gray. Any further discussion? I think this is very timely.
Right? It's all coming together.
It is.
Perfect. Serendipity.
That's right. No, that was planned. Nothing serendipitous about it.
That's what we've been waiting 25 years for.
Exactly.
Yeah, for the bad
Good thing we waited.
right?
All right, please call the roll.
Tillman.
Aye.
Gray. Aye. Larson.
Aye.
Bell.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye, motion carries. Last item of new business is 15C, which is the award of the contract for tree removal and trimming services. So I entertain a motion to award contract for tree removal and trimming services to Abbott Tree Care Professionals of Bartlett, Illinois.
So moved.
Motion by Tillman, second by Gray.
I kind of wish trees are around.
I know, I just like, that's such a good thing.
Such a-
You know,
I'm sorry that they didn't win, but you know, my name alone.
all right, Allison, call the roll, please.
You were a Toys R Us kid, weren't you?
Yes, I will.
Teresa, Toys R Us. Tillman.
Aye.
Gray. Larson. Aye. Bell. Aye. Callahan.
Aye, motion carries. That concludes our regular agenda. And we're going to take a small break here before we go into executive session because we have some papers to sign. But our executive session will be for discuss personnel, the annual executive director's